Hello, and welcome to another exciting edition of Hidden in the Universal Vault. I'm Ron, your host, and I'm welcoming you to my review of Brotherhood of the Wolves, or in France it is called, well, in French it's called La Paca des Lupus. But for the whole video, I'm just going to call it Brotherhood of the Wolf. Not Brotherhood of the Wolves, Brotherhood of the Wolf. So yeah, we're kicking off July with this review. Sorry if the glare is up, but I won't have that up. You just ignore the glare. So I'm watching the director's cut. This is the Focus Features director's cut of Brotherhood of the Wolves. And actually, yeah, I decided to watch this. This was put out in 2008, and this movie is well made and almost great, but well made. So yeah, let's run down the cast. I'm probably going to butcher most of these names, but I'm not even going to say half of them. I'll try my best. The movie stars Samuel L. Benz, Vincent Cassel, Emile Dequadis, Monica Bouchon, which I do know, Jameer Reamer, and Mark DeSousis. Now, I know who Mark DeSousis is. I'm probably Mark DeSousis. The guy from the 90s Double Dragon movie is in this, which I was like, really? That's pretty cool. But yeah, this movie was directed by Christophe Gans? Or is it Christopher Gans? Jans or Gans? I think it's Jans. I don't know. He also directed the 2006 film Silent Hill, which might have been his first American film, and I did see that, and that was really good. But I wanted to cover this one because I know of this movie. Someone on YouTube actually had the poster to this movie, and I was like, you know what, this sounds pretty cool. And then I looked at the poster, and then Scream Factory put this movie out, and I found this movie at my grand's thrift shop, and I thought, you know what the heck, I'll cover it. I'll check it out. So let's actually talk about Brotherhood of the Wolf. I'm hoping to get that right. So the movie focused on, basically, I'll read what it's about here, but okay, I'm gonna, yeah, this is it's a director's cut of the international film sensation. So let me go ahead and read you what the plot's about. When a mysterious beast ravaged the countryside, two unlikely heroes are called in to fight the evil, and now the ballerina gets a dark, unspeakable terror, and even more grips with a daring extended version that showcases more of the breakthrough martial arts. Yeah, there's a lot of martial arts action. In over 4 hours of in-depth bonus features, I didn't get to all of them. The incredible hit that took audience and critics alike on a wild ride, Premium, is back with more chilling adventure that's sure to have a pulse racing all over again. That's really the gist. That's kind of what this is about. So Brotherhood of Wolves, like I said, it begins, I keep saying wolves, it's wolf. I should remember that. But anyways, it focuses on these two men. I think Vincent Cassel and Mark DeSousis. He actually plays Maya. Is it Maya? Sorry guys, I'm looking. Maya. I'm probably gonna get that wrong. But anyways, the two guys, they start out, they're going to look for this unknown creature. So the king hires these two men, that's Cassis and DeSousis. I'm tomato. So the two men are hired by the king, and their job is to try to locate where this beast is at. And no one knows what this mysterious beast. So right off the bat at the beginning, before we meet the two men, basically she's running away, and she doesn't know what this is. So she heads down to this little pit and finds a baby lamb. So she lets the lamb go, and all of a sudden, she's dangling by this creature. We don't even know what this creature is. It's mysterious enough. Turns out it's this like beast So the two men's job is to find the beast. So right now the two men, in the beginning, they come across a bunch of soldiers, and now they have to fight, and now they got the job. So basically now they're trying to figure out what this beast is. Can they figure it out? Can they do some? So basically they hire another guy to help out, and then we get these weird supernatural. This is a supernatural thriller crossed with the Revolutionary War. This movie is set in 1796. So yeah, the movie's set in 1796, and like the beasts and all that, and they call themselves the Wolves, hence the title Brotherhood, the Wolf. So they're brothers, they like each other, and then they get another guy who helps along. They're not sure what he's going to do. Then the two men head into this place with these women. So now the soldiers trying to figure out clues about it, and they find a dead body. Turns out it's the woman that got flung around, and she basically got dead by snapping her body and hitting and slamming on a rock. That's how she dies. That's no spoiler. It's right in the beginning. There's really not much to say about without spoiling. So when I did watch this movie, you can have two options. You can watch it in French, which is the way I watch the movie. When I watch a foreign film, I want to watch it the way that the director had in that language. There's an English dub, and I did watch a little bit of English dub before I even started covering this, and yeah, the English dub on foreign films are just terrible. They do that lip where they talk kind of like a Muppet at times. So they'll talk like when they're talking, they'll do that, and it doesn't match. So yeah, that's why I went with the original language. I'm going to talk about the action scenes because they're the centerpiece of why this movie is well made. The action and fight choreography are top tier. The costume design, top tier. How to explain it? The costume is the cinematography is amazing. They try to do, the only problem I have is they try to do this sort of slow motion Matrix style, so it feels like the Matrix with the slow motion. And this director did it too with Silent Hill. And I don't know what is it with this director, but my only big complaint, there are going to be a couple complaints of what I'm going to give the final score when I get to the final score. But my biggest complaint again with it is the slow motion. I'm getting tired of every movie trying to capitalize on the Matrix with trying to be slow motion. It's really old, it's really tacky, it's almost like shaky cam. It's almost like the shaky cam where the shaky cam's all like that. If you know movies that shaky cam like that and like they're running and then like that. When they do an action scene, I'll try to do it with my fingers. There's a scene where Mark DeSouza's character, Mana, he'll do a kick and then he'll kick, slow motion, boom. Then he'll grab the stick and he'll do that and slow motion when he kicks the guy. So the fight choreography is great. This honestly kind of reminded me of the fight choreography in The Musketeer. That movie's only saving grace was the fight choreography. This right here, and the guy who plays him, as I said before, he's a martial arts action star. Like I said, he's been in Double Dragon from the 90s, so he's really good. Like, when they're getting ready to battle, he applies the face paint, puts on the loincloth and boots, and off he goes. And pretty much that. So, like I said again, I don't know why I did a Twitch, but like I said again, the fighting is great. I just wish they would have less slow motion. Another minor complaint, this is just me, but sometimes when they talk and you see subtitles on the screen, sometimes the subtitles are not as accurate. Like when there's one scene where he goes in to find a guy, and he says, the guy tells him, come on, but you don't hear that in French, but you see its subtitle that says, come on, come on. So that kind of bugged me. So that's minor. I still think this movie is a masterpiece. This is, in my opinion, this is what The Musketeer should have been when I covered it, which also came out in 2001, the movie that was directed by Peter Hyams. That movie is what this movie should have been. But as a foreign language film, and after covering this and Motorcycle Diaries, I don't know. This is going to be a toss-up. I don't do ties. If I was doing ties, then this would have both tied for the foreign language. But I'm going to have to cover more foreign language films because I've been really enjoying those. Much like Black and White, I've been really getting into movies from other countries. In this case, this is from France, and the other one was from Spain. But I'm going to tell you right now, this movie, there's a lot. Oh, I want to talk about practical effects. They use a ton of blood in this movie. I think they were practical because it feels real. Now, some of it might be digital, but for the most part, the practical effects are really good. And the costume design and all that's great. They must have used a lot of blood packets because that looks like it could be real. There are some like gross out moments, and don't get me wrong, that, oh, I forgot to mention, there's a scene where near the end of the movie we get the guy with the claws, and he has these like creepy claws, and then he traps the girl in the bedroom, and he does nasty things with this woman. I don't want to say because I don't want YouTube police, but basically the YouTube police come after me. So the guy right there, I'm hoping there's a picture, but that guy right there, not only is he the antagonist, but he's a predator. The man is a predator in this movie, and just, it can be uncomfortable to watch, but we'll just leave it at that. But still, that's not going to bump it down more points because of that. I'm going to wrap things up right now before I take too long. Plus, I'm like 3 bars on the battery. But I'm going to say this right now. I'm going to recommend Brotherhood of the Wolf. I almost said Wolves again. That's the title should have been Brotherhood of the Wolves. That would have made more sense. But Brotherhood of the Wolf is the name of the title. And aside from a title that should have had an S at the end, I'm still recommending this. For a foreign language film from France, knocked it out of the park. I do like this director a lot, and like I said, Silent Hill was really good. In fact, the lead in this, Vincent Cassel, I'm probably right on that, but Vincent Cassel's character reminds me a lot of a younger Gerard Depardieu. He was another French actor, another actor from France. He reminds me a lot of a younger Gerard Depardieu. But aside from that, this movie, I'm going to tell you right now, this movie is really good. I think I'm going to leave it at that. Check out Brotherhood of the Wolf. It's a really, really well-made film, and I can recommend this. If you're into martial arts films, if you want to watch a movie set in the 1700s, this is a perfect way to go. And it's a ton of fun, and like I said, I'm really digging a lot of movies from France. The action's great, the cinematography is really good, the costume design, they must put a lot of money into this movie. But if you do watch this movie, watch it in its original language. Please avoid the dubbed versions to these movies. It's worth checking out. Definitely, I'm just going to say check it out. It's a really good movie. I know why I said check it out so many times. So let's go ahead and rate this right now. I'm going to go ahead and rate Brotherhood of the Wolf a 4 out of 5. And the reason that I gave it a 4 out of 5 is because of the slow motion martial arts scenes. At times, as I said, they do the slow motion where it only happens a little bit, but it kind of can be a bit distracting. The subtitles can be inaccurate, but that's just me. I don't know if it will bother anybody, but the biggest complaint for me is the slow motion. If they would have done the slow motion, this would have even been higher. But this is going to be a tough list. Don't know which one's going to be on. I'm almost tempted to put on my 10 best list or the honorable mentions list, but you're going to have to find out at the end of the year when I get to that list at the end of the year. But aside from that, like I said, do yourself a favor, check out Brotherhood of the Wolf. It's actually really, really good. It's starting to become one of my favorite foreign language films that I've watched. But it's tough to say. I love Motorcycle Diaries. That was a great road film. This one, I feel like, again, the action's great. I feel like this is more action, and Motorcycle Diary was more of a drama. But both of those movies I cover on the channel are great. They're really, really well made. It was tough to say which one I liked. I will say I like Motorcycle Diary. Motorcycle Diary's slight smidge better, but we'll see. That time will come when it comes time to do my best list. I'll let you guys know. So that's my review of Brotherhood of the Wolf. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you do like the content on the channel, like, comment, subscribe, click the bell, ring the bell to get all my video notifications so you don't miss a single video. I'm also on Letterboxd, guys, so you can check me on Letterboxd as well, so you don't miss a single video. Well, not a video, but I rate the movies before I go and review them. I don't know if this episode's going to be uploaded tonight or tomorrow. We'll see. I kind of got late. I kind of worked a sort of a late shift, but like I said, I'm glad I got to check out this movie because it is really, really, really good. And definitely don't miss out on this. Like I said, I got a ton of videos on my channel. Not only Universal videos, but Vlog City videos. So you guys can check me out there as well. And like, comment, subscribe, click the bell, and ring the bell to get all the video notifications so you don't miss a single video. So yeah, and that's it. And as always, keep watching those Universal movies, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.